Well, hello, Lincoln Live parents. If I haven't met you already, I'm Mr. Lowrie, and I cannot wait to get started again here at Lincoln High School. I know it's not an ideal situation. I know this is going to be challenging. I'm a big believer in you have a choice. We can complain about distance learning and say it didn't work in the spring, or we can embrace it and reevaluate it and all figure out, well, why wasn't it as beneficial in the spring as we wanted it to be, and work our tails off on your end and my end at making it a better experience so the kids learn more, they engage more, and enjoy it more. And trust me, I spent the whole summer coming up with ways to make this program better. In this video, I'm going to share a few things. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Lincoln Live in case you don't know. I know we have some students that are joining the program that didn't take the intro class last year. We're also going to talk a little bit about the road ahead, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself so you know, like, who is this guy teaching my son or daughter. So first of all, what do we do here at Lincoln Live? Well, first of all, we got to be student leaders in our school. We set the tone. We're going to produce Lincoln Live and Living Room Lincoln Live, and I'm still trying to figure out the particulars of how we're going to do that during distance learning. We're going to perform every on-air and behind-the-scenes job when we produce the news. I don't believe in specialization. There are a lot of TV programs out there where students audition to be a director or to be an anchor or to be a graphics designer. That's all they do. I believe they need as wide-ranging an education as they can possibly get. So we're going to rotate jobs just about every day. So one day they're behind the scenes, the next day they're anchoring, the next day they're running camera, the next day they're doing audio. We will rotate through because I want it to be an active experience for all students. We're also going to produce approximately 75 shows this year. If we were in school, I planned on doing shows every single day, but because of distance learning, we hope to do a couple shows a week until we get back. We're going to cover the school news. Last year we did a whole promotion saying we are not the news. It's the school that's the news. It's the other students that are the news. It's the athletes. It's the thespians. It's the people that excel in the arts or academics. They're the news. Our job is to cover them, and we're going to work really hard to do that. We're going to produce newsworthy stories. Kids get to pick their topics. What are you interested in? Do a story on it, and everybody in the school will see it. Unlike the math class where the top math student gets 100% on a test and the math teacher sees it and says, great job, no one else knows. With the TV program, when you do a great job, everybody knows. That's the beauty of what we do down here. Also, for the first time, I hope to create podcasts this year. That's something that I hope to add. We have the license for it. We're going to slowly work that into the curriculum. So where are we heading? Why are we doing all this? Why is this important, the TV program here at Lincoln High School? Well, I want to build the top high school broadcast program in Ohio, the top one. And that's what drives me. That's what motivates me. That's what excites me. That's what keeps me up at night sometimes because I'm trying to think of new ideas. That's what I'm driven to do. And we're going to do that multiple ways. We're going to do it by producing live newscasts that the whole school will see that are streamed to the community. We're going to do it by expanding our Twitter reach, our Instagram. We have a YouTube channel, the podcast. We have some new classes this year in the TV program, sports broadcasting, which is going to produce a sports show. Long format stories for documentaries and films that students are going to produce. And there's an idea of doing a school website that would be with the other forms of communication, the newspaper and the yearbook here at school. So before I tell you a little bit more about the class, you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's a little too excited. What's his deal? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. This will be my second year at Lincoln High School. It'll also be my 20th year teaching. I graduated from Ohio University many years ago. I worked in TV for 12 years here at Channel 6 and Channel 10 in Columbus and at Channel 19 and 43 in Cleveland, mostly producing the sports. I'm a big sports guy. I got a master's in education back in 2001. I went back to graduate school in 2015 and earned a master's in school leadership. And I also earned my principal's license. But I love teaching so much that and being with the students, working every day, that I haven't used that license. I enjoy teaching too much. But while I was at my previous school for 18 years, we built up an expectation of excellence. And that's what I'm building here at Lincoln. I'm rebuilding it again. While I was at Amherst Steel High School outside of Cleveland, My students won 55 Regional Student Emmy Awards and 3 National Student Emmy Awards. No other school in Ohio has more than 9. We won 58 because we worked for them. We bought into the program and we worked. The last year at Amherst, my students tweeted 1,872 times in 1 year because we are the communication vehicle for the school. And they shot and posted over 1,000 videos in 1 year. These are just some of the major upgrades that we have made here in the TV studio over the last year. The biggest thing is we created Lincoln Live. They've always done news here at Gahanna, but not multi-cameras, teleprompters, graphics, the whole thing, tape inserts, not the way that we do it now. So a brand new show we created last year called Lincoln Live. That's what your sons and daughters will be doing. We got rid of old, outdated equipment here in the TV studio, and we replaced it with the same equipment that the colleges are using and a lot of production companies are using. So they're going to be getting a great hands-on, updated education. We made an investment over the summer in some new and used equipment that we purchased, and it's ready to go. So students in the Lincoln Live program, the film class and the documentary class, along with the sports class, will have some pretty updated equipment that they'll have access to. We're in the process of building a new set. Right now we use a green screen, and I'm not a big fan of it. You can see in the one picture in the distance is the shell for a new set that's being built. On the right, that's Prosper High School in Texas. That's kind of our template. The Fab Lab students are going to work on the set this year. We're hoping by the end of the school year this year, we'll have a new set, and that'll allow us to do so many more things than we can presently do. Again, we're moving the program forward. We've also made some major upgrades in social media. We now have our Twitter account that I mentioned. We have a YouTube channel. And this year, for the first time, we're going to be adding some podcasts. So we have a new podcast service where students will be able to post their work, and then we'll be able to use our social media pages to share the podcasts out. Now, during distance learning, there's going to be a lot of challenges, but we can get through it. And so here are some of my expectations for distance learning. First and foremost, this is an elective class. All students in this class chose to be here. And so my expectation is that they're going to participate, they're going to do all their work, they're going to be enthusiastic, they're going to buy into what we're doing, because without that, we've got nothing. My philosophy on distance learning is we have to be. We have to be on time, we have to be responsible, we have to be courteous to our classmates, we have to be patient when technology doesn't work, or you get kicked out of a Google Hangout, or you're having issues with WeVideo. We have to be patient when I'm presenting something and my technology isn't working. You know, we all just have to be patient, and we'll get through it. We have to be alert and focused. We have to be accepting of our classmates. We have to be confident. I mean, everybody's going to be anchoring live shows by the end of the school year. You got to be confident when you go out there and talk to the school for the first time. You have to be active, and we just have to invest in what we're trying to do here as a program. We will start distance learning when we're supposed to start, right at the time. So we shouldn't be coming in late. We should be online a few minutes early to make sure that we're on. We should have our mics muted. You'll have plenty of time to talk. We should limit distractions. I don't care where they sit, at a table or at a desk. They shouldn't be in bed. They shouldn't still have covers and a pillow. They should be in a learning environment, ready to go. That's what I mean when I say dressed for school. We should pay special attention to instructions. I know just from our staff meetings, going in and out of Zoom meetings and technology, and people get frustrated and it's chaos and they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Listen to instructions. We'll get through it. We're going to use the chat for kids to give feedback during lessons. I will not talk at them for 75 minutes. If it's my job to give them instruction, give them the tools that they need, let them go figure out some stuff and do hands-on learning, and then come back and let me see what they're doing and check their progress. It's a very active class. We also need to know where to go when we're online and how to get there. They should utilize the work time. If I say you have the rest of the period to work on something, they shouldn't just log off and say, I'll do it later. They should do it then, because I'm still online. I can help if they need it. And we should always just do what we're asked. During distance learning, we're going to be introducing some new technology. We're going to shoot video with our phones and other devices. We have a program, WeVideo. It's not the greatest video program ever, but it is compatible with Chromebooks, and I did get us a license over the summer. So students will be editing with WeVideo. They'll also be using their personal computers if they have them and they have editing programs. They'll be permitted to use those for some assignments, but I still want them to learn WeVideo. We'll be using our phones, whether it's iMovie on an iPhone or if they have an Android, they can use the WeVideo app to edit right on their phones. I think communication during distance learning is more important than it's ever been. And it's always important to communicate with parents, but especially now. I won't have that face-to-face contact every day. I won't be able to sense how a kid's necessarily doing. And so for me to be able to give them the attention that they need and want, the feedback that they deserve, and the instruction that they deserve, I need them online in an environment and get them there. And if there's ever a question or a problem, if they don't reach out right away, you should reach out right away. Let's do this together. Like I said at the beginning, we can either say it's not going to work, or we can work on this, invest together, and make it through this and make it a positive experience. And that's what I want to do. First and foremost, I put everything on Google Classroom. You should join the Google Classroom. If you can't join or you can't figure out how to join, shoot me an email and I can invite you back. All assignments, explanations, due dates, rubrics, videos that they do, it's all going to be on Classroom and available to you. The Gahanna-Lincoln website has been updated, so now all the teacher portals are on there. So if you need to see a calendar or due dates, you can access my portal and it'll take you right there, so you can use that as well. You could check Infinite Campus. That's where all the summative assessments go, and that's great because grades are important, but I think it's even more important that you just check and keep an eye on things during assignments before they're due, so you could say, hey, have you been working on that? Hey, show me that. What's your progress on that? And stay involved before things are actually due. Or you can email me anytime. I am an obsessive email checker. It's actually a really bad habit of mine. So if you email me, I guarantee you I will get back to you soon. And finally, watch all of our shows. Once we're back into school, come in here. No one's ever left a live production and said, wow, that wasn't impressive. It's a really impressive thing to see the entire class working together in a live atmosphere. Follow us on Twitter. Watch the shows on YouTube. Every story that your sons and daughters do this year will be available. And so if you want to see something that they're doing, ask them, ask me, watch the shows. This is a great thing. We are going to take a huge step forward doing Lincoln Live this year. By the end of this year, people won't recognize it from where we started last year, because that's what growth is. And that's what we're here to do. So reach out to me. Let me know if I can help you at all. I hope you can sense my excitement. I just got chills on both arms. I'm so excited for the school year to start. Let's go.